Well, last week, people of faith gathered for 7 days of Eucharistic adoration at the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy in Stockbridge. Each hour, the Rosary was recited and adoration was held around the clock. It was all part of the nationwide Eucharistic Rosary Congress taking place simultaneously in dioceses throughout the United States. The week closed appropriately enough on the feast of Our Lady of Fatima with a Eucharistic procession to the shrine and Mass with Bishop William Byrne. Kathy Harrington has our story.
We came here today to pray for peace in the world, in Israel.
Simon Hellenick and members of his family traveled from Shelburne Falls to Stockbridge to join in the Eucharistic procession, Rosary, and Mass to close out the Diocese of Springfield Eucharistic Rosary Congress.
I've never been in a procession, but it was a really good experience.
Daniela Gerber and her 8th grade class traveled by bus from St. Stanislaus School in Chicopee to take part. They waited outside the oratory chapel as the final hour of adoration drew to a close. It's been a week of continuous adoration and praying of the Rosary to bring the Church into the safe harbor of Jesus in the Eucharist and the arms of our Blessed Mother. The Knights of Columbus Guard began the walk from the Oratory Chapel across the campus to the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy, followed by the cross, acolytes, many from the Chicopee School, then concelebrants, Bishop Byrne, and Deacon Michael Prey. Students from St. Stanislaus also held the canopy over the monstrance. Procession to the shrine was reverent, with only the voice of the cantor, postulant Austin Rose, and the faithful singing in response. Once inside the shrine, the pews filled to capacity, and the faithful found standing room along the sides of the church as all knelt to pray the Rosary. Following the Rosary, the closing Mass began. In his homily, Bishop Byrne reminded the faithful that it was on this day, October 13th, 1917, that our Blessed Mother last appeared to the children at Fatima, telling them she was the Lady of the Rosary and to pray the Rosary every day.
Quote, to bring peace to the world and an end to war. Boy, is that as relevant today as it is then?
Bishop Byrne said the Rosary is every Catholic's weapon for peace. After the closing Mass, Bishop Byrne described the impact of this Eucharistic Rosary Congress as a gift to the Church that we cannot truly understand in our lifetime.
This is a work of God's grace, and whenever we stop and pause, come before Our Lady to come closer to her Son, great things happen, whether we can see them physically or not. And so the impact just in the lives of the people that were here will have a ripple effect, like a stone tossed in a pond.
At 98, Mary Mosley says she needs to keep close in touch with our Blessed Mother Mary. Her daughter drove her from Lanesboro to take part in this day.
I think because my health is failing, because I think this world is in a bad shape, and I think the more prayers we have, the better off we are.
As for the Hellenick family, Brothers Sebastian and Crimson offered these thoughts about Eucharistic adoration.
It's actually really, I kind of feel like he's like right next to me. And sometimes when I like see the Eucharist, I was like, oh, that's like actually Jesus.
Probably that our faith is important to keep practicing outside of just Mass. It's important to go, like, do stuff out of your way, like adoration, and take a few minutes to say the Rosary.
Before getting on the bus for the ride back to Chicopee, Daniela Gerber from St. Stanislaus School summed up the day.
I thought it would be a good experience for us and also as a whole class, and it was very peaceful, so it was a good way to connect with my faith.
In Stockbridge, I'm Kathy Harrington for Reel to Reel.
As Bishop Byrne said, the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy is a true powerhouse of God's love and mercy located right here in our diocese. There are 3 daily masses and confessions available 7 days a week. To learn more about the shrine in Stockbridge, we have a link for you at iobserve.org.